Similar to what goes on behind the goal, working together in pairs, but in the difference being that when you're out front, you're always a threat to score, right? You know, there are midfielders that when they get to 15 yards, they're ready to crank it up. And so the key for these players is when you line up in the beginning of the 2-2-2, all right, let's say the ball's behind, we have our two players on the crease, and we have our two players out front. What we want to do is we want to start off in a dangerous position. If that's the restraining line, we want to be inside the restraining line and not too far wide. So immediately, before the referee even blows the whistle, you know, we have put ourselves in a dangerous position, which forces our defenders to respect us. All right? If we start off way out in here, yeah, it might be easy for you to get the pass, but your defender can drop way in and help out, realizing that even if you did receive a pass, he could recover in time to, you know, take away any type of threat that you might present. All right. So let's not start way out in here. Let's start in tight. All right. Immediately putting pressure on your defender. We have a principle that we use here at UMBC. It's called the straight line principle, and I think it's a great teaching tool for all players, but especially the young players, as far as what your responsibilities are off the ball. All right? Let's say that the ball is behind the goal, okay? And this goes for inside players, perimeter players, really any player. What we try to teach our players here at UMBC is to keep your man in a straight line between you and the ball. All right, so if this is an offensive player out front, what you want to do is try to position yourself so, number one, you're dangerous, but number two, that defender is in a straight line with you and the ball. Defensively, players are taught to V up, all right? V up so that you can see your man and see the ball, all right? So by positioning yourself in that straight line, you really make it difficult for that defender to see both. So now he's going to have to make a decision. If he decides to put all of his attention and focus on you, now you've taken that defender out of their team defense. And you're doing a good job by doing that. If, on the other hand, that defender realizes that he can't pay all of his attention to you and needs to turn and find the ball, now, if you are right close to him and he makes that turn, you can now cut and in 2 or 3 steps be dangerous, all right? So when we talk about offense, especially the deuces, we try to have our off-ball players get into that straight line area where now they put a lot of pressure on the defenseman right from the start, all right? Don't make it easy for the defenseman to play you and see the ball, all right? Keep them honest, keep them occupied, stay dangerous, and if they make a mistake, be in a position where in 2 or 3 steps you can be in a position to get us a goal. Okay, now we're talking about the players out front. Ball's out front. Here's our off-ball player out front. What we want to be in this situation is the off-ball player wants to be below the ball. All right? You never want to be above the ball. If this player were way out in here, again, his defender could drop in and really double team the ball without severe consequences. Right? He knows that he can drop in and help out, and if the ball were thrown back to his man, he would have time to recover and not be in jeopardy. So again, by being out in here too deep, you've allowed this man to play 2. And again, that's a golden rule which we want to try to avoid. One of the oldest plays in the book is the clear through, the simple clear through, where this man now reads his teammate goes to make a move, and as he drives across the goal, he is going to cut through. And when you cut through, you want to be dangerous. You want to be dangerous for 2 reasons. Number one, you may receive the ball, and number 2, by being dangerous, you're going to occupy your man, which makes him less valuable as a team defensive player. The timing is such, so when this man starts to make his move, this man starts to make his move. So we call that mirror the ball. Now when this man turns to sprint, this man turns to sprint as well. And now basically, like behind the goal, what we've done is we've just repositioned ourselves so that the man with the ball takes this side of the field and the man who cut through now replaces him. Staying balanced. This man needs to understand that if there's a save or a change of possession, his responsibility is to be able to get back in the hole and take away any kind of fast break. You have to read your teammates' intentions. In this situation, the man with the ball may look like he's going to take a sweep, and this man is starting to think about going through, but he may all of a sudden pull it and try to go down the backside. If that's the case, this man would now stop and come out to this position right in here. All right? Again, staying balanced, all right, in a position where he's not taking his man too close to the ball and anticipating a shot that's saved. He's in a position now to get back in the hole on defense. Staying balanced is the key. We don't want to have too many players in any one area of the field. We also would like an outlet pass to both sides of the ball. So if this man has the ball and he dodges and he has nothing, we'd like him to be able to have an outlet pass there, or if he's taken away, to circle back and now have an outlet pass to this side of the ball. Okay, now let's see how it all works together. We'll start off with the ball behind. We're balanced up. We have our inside men away from the ball. We have our top men out top, close, so we're all in dangerous positions. Okay? So, basically, we go through our pick. We come off the pick. What these two men want to do is they want to be moving, all right? If your feet are standing still, you're not doing something right, all right? So you never want to be flat-footed on offense. You always want to be moving. You always want to read your man, all right, and be ready to anticipate where the open area is. We also like to switch these two men as this is happening, just to occupy our men out front, all right? So we've got all 6 men moving simultaneously and all together for the common cause of trying to get a high percentage shot. All right? So now we're going to read. And we've already seen that we've got a couple options here. All right? One of the options is that if this man continues to come, he can circle back and now hit the backside. And again, on the flight of the ball, what we would want to try to do with our inside men here is on the flight of the ball, we're going to position so now when this man now catches the ball, we're going to try to get something inside. All right? If there are 2 men in there, we might set a pick, we might overload, whatever. All right? These men have occupied their men during the initial dodge, but now must realize that they have to be in a position that if the feed does come inside, they're in a position to back up that feed. All right? One of the responsibilities of middies out front, when the ball's behind, that any feed that gets through, they need to be in a position where they can stop it from getting to the midfield line. All right? So we've got all 6 guys working together for that. Step 2 of this series is we've banged the ball to the backside, we looked inside, nothing is open. Now we want to transfer the ball out top. All right? As we transfer the ball out top, our inside men are starting to position themselves down low. All right? And we will throw the ball here, and we'll go one more to this man in here, and we call this the vertical dodging position, all right? Vertical dodging position. We are dodging straight from out front to the goal, all right? So now we've transferred the ball from behind to the wing and out front. Now we have the ball out front, and what we want to now do is allow this midfielder to take a good vertical dodge. So after the man throws the ball out front, he's going to get himself into the middle of the field, and by doing that, he allows the man with the ball to either go for a right-handed dodge or for a left-handed dodge. So he's really opened up the entire field for the dodger. His read is to go opposite the dodge. If the dodge goes right-handed, he's going to curl back over here. If the dodge goes left-handed, he's going to curl back over here. Again, staying balanced, being ready for an outlet pass. All right, let's say the dodge does go right-handed. Now, our inside men have certain responsibilities. All right, we like to have our crease attackman. All right, this is our crease attackman here. We like for him to screen. All right, and by screening, we line his body up with the head of the shooter stick and where he perceives the goalie to be. He's going to be about 1 yard to 2 yards off the crease. Our other inside man is going to do what we call a high C. All right, and by doing a high C now, he separates from his teammate, and he may be in a position for a quick look to the inside. So we've got one man staying inside the screen, one man getting to the high C position. We have an outlet pass here, and the opposite man behind, again, is going to mirror the dodge and get to the skip lane. A lot of times, when the ball is dodged out front, the defense likes to take this man away. So what we're going to do in that situation is we're going to kind of bear out a little bit and try to hit that skip pass. On that skip pass, remember, our inside guys have to stay relative. Now our crease man, knowing that he's no longer an effective screener, he is now on the flight of the ball going to get high so that when the ball goes to the man behind and he starts to come to the goal, our two men inside now will read. All right? And if there are two defenders inside, all right, they're either going to try to do the shield and overload, or they will try to do the pick and roll, which we talked about earlier. All right? All 6 players working together. I just want to go back to the double from when the ball is out front with our middies and tell you how the entire offense reacts to that. Let's say we have a situation where this midi set a pick, the midi goes through, and both middies now end up playing the ball. All right, so now we have, just as we had behind, we have the double situation. Okay, we yell double, 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 double. This man is going to turn and get to the outside, run away from the pressure, and make that pass. And again, this man needs to be in a position where he is going to be a threat when he gets the ball. All right, can't be too deep. If he's too deep, he allows this man to play the ball and recover. If he tries to get too much ground inside off the ball, now an inside player can come out and slide to him, and he's not going to have time to react. Now we have the ball over here. We've made the one pass out of the double, and now we have a man advantage. We take one man and pull him to the outside. The reason we do that now is because we can draw and dump. All right, so we're going to draw the next man. All right, if the next man comes here, now we're going to pass the ball over here. All right, and we want to attack the next man. So when he gets the ball, we want to attack the next man. All right, when we get him to slide, we follow our man and call for the next pass. All right, now we've got him to rotate. All right, we follow, we call for one more. And now this man becomes the last man to slide, and now we have a man open for the high percentage shot. All right, very basic, but that's the whole principle. If that man who got to the outside stayed inside, you can see where one player could play two, and we would lose our advantage. There you have it, the basic elements of the 2-2-2 or deuces set. Again, some of the points are, number one, it gives you good balance on the offensive end of the field. Number two, it allows your dodgers room and space in order to be effective dodgers. And number three, when run properly, you're going to get plenty of looks inside for the high percentage shots. Good luck with your season. Hopefully you can use the deuces with your team and be successful.
Okay? What we're going to do up top at the midfield. And in both of these drills, we're working on balancing the field also. So as Anthony dodges down the side, hard dodge. Mike is going to balance the field. Guys, move back. Back. You're supposed to be a little higher. Okay, we're going to work on dodging, running away from the slide, catching, attacking the backside, turning your shoulders and getting a good shot, okay? So we're starting out, we're working on these two parts of the two-man game, all right? The two attackmen together, the two middies together. All right, let's go. Let's start up top. Go ahead, Nick. Hard dodge. Go side to side. Go ahead. Talk, dodge, shot. Go ahead, Duncan, quick. Up top. It's very simple. We're going to do the same thing as far as setting a pick. You're going to set a pick high. You're going to take your man away from the pick first to set it up. Take your man away from the pick first. And you're coming right through it hard. The man who sets the pick is going to roll upfield with his stick to the outside. You got to get a little further. Get some separation. Good. If we can get a half a step here, we catch and we re-attack down the other side. Okay, Will, this time you set the pick. All right, again, take our man away from the pick. Run our guy right off the shoulder, and then we roll towards the ball. Okay, notice when we roll, we're always rolling towards the ball. We're not turning our back to the play. Okay, we roll towards the ball. The second thing we're going to do is just sweep and clear and replace. So if Will has the ball up top, come on up here, particularly if he's a lefty, the other midfielder realizes that he's a lefty, he's going to clear space for him on that side. We're going to dodge, we're going to replace, and we're going to follow.